We're halfway through our series on the Bible and spiritual formation. This is day 15. Today, we're talking about liturgy. Let's take a closer look. Liturgy is a word we use to talk about how we use our bodies, minds, and emotions in ongoing worship of something, especially when we do it together in public. Worshiping with other people is participating in liturgy. Think a college football game. Everybody's dressed up and saying certain cheers and chants and eating certain foods, and it's a public display, and there's a sense of togetherness. That's what liturgy is. And there's a great variety among all the different kinds of Christian churches in the world. Roman Catholic, Eastern Orthodox, Lutheran, Methodist, Baptist, Presbyterian, Pentecostal. There's so many more. Maybe you've experienced some of this variety firsthand. And to be honest, I recommend visiting different kinds of Christian communities and participating in their liturgy if you get the opportunity. There are historical reasons for this variety of Christian liturgical style across the broad landscape of churches. But there are some elements of liturgy that appear across many different kinds of communities. And I think that participating in these elements helps people to grow in their ability to read the Bible too. First, the sacraments. My Roman Catholic friends have 7, but most other churches have 2 out of those 7. Baptism and Eucharist. Baptism is done differently by different communities, but for the most part, it is meant to initiate a person into the community of faith by identifying with the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ, as Christians have done for 2,000 years. Think of it as becoming a part of the body of Christ in an official way. The Eucharist, or as other Christians call it, communion, the Lord's Supper, the Lord's table, is the other major sacrament that most Christians participate in. I think of it as a remembering of Jesus, his body, and his death, but also as a renewal of that identification with the body of Christ as Christians partake in the broken bread and poured out wine together. Besides sacraments like baptism and communion, other elements of liturgy that cross divisions within Christianity are corporate worship in the form of singing, reading prayers or Bible passages or catechisms or confessions together, and learning about the Bible in the form of sermons, homilies, and other reflections. Participating in this kind of public liturgy on a consistent basis is a way to publicly and communally engage our bodies, minds, and emotions in rhythms of worship that shape us and hone our ability to listen, read, interpret, and speak to and about God. In these ways, liturgy can strengthen our postures of faith, humility, and commitment, grow our knowledge, and sharpen some of the skills we need to read and practice the Bible well. So now we know that liturgy is this public, formative, together thing that we do with our bodies, with other people. I hope that you had a few minutes today to think about how the liturgies of your life impact you. Remember, a football game can be just as much a liturgical event as going to church. Take a few minutes and lift up your liturgy to God. What I mean by that is the things that you do in public that form you, the things that you do as worship, whether that's more out in the world or in church. Ask God to continue to use liturgy to transform your life. Thanks for spending a few minutes learning about liturgy and lifting up your liturgy, the things that form you, the practices that you embody in public, lifting those up to God. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about disciplines.